Hello everybody, how you doing? Thanks Danny Gotham for letting me do one of these. I'll start with a little philosophy. Crash and burn, crash and burn. Nothing ventured, nothing learned. Crash and burn, crash and burn. Get yourself out there and crash and burn. What don't kill me will make me strong. I can't do any right if I won't do wrong. So as far as I'm concerned, it's time to get out there and crash and burn. Crash and burn, crash and burn. Nothing ventured, nothing learned. Crash and burn, crash and burn. Time to get yourself out and crash and burn. Make you understand if I don't try. Can I get through to you if I stay behind? Can I get some respect if it ain't earned? If I don't get out there, crash and burn. Crash and burn, crash and burn. Nothing ventured, nothing learned. Crash and burn, crash and burn. It's time to get out there and crash and burn. So knock me down, I'll get back up. Give me grief, well, welcome to the club. 'Cause I'm going out, and I won't give a darn. 'Cause half the daggone fun is to crash and burn. Crash and burn, crash and burn. Nothing ventured, nothing learned. Crash and burn, crash and burn. Time to get out there and crash. Why won't you get on out? Get your ass out there and crash and burn. All right, a little philosophy there. I'm going to take you back to the state I grew up in. Well, you know, I've been to the Mardi Gras, and I've been to Ireland too. I've been to that old Kentucky Derby, the New Year's Times Square Zoo, where I found They pound drinks down, but don't you know they're tanking? Don't I know when I get back home to my good old land of drinking? From Chi-Town down to Carbondale, Quincy to Champaign, they fall for that alcohol. Do I need to explain? Manifested destiny, ain't no call for thinking. In my home state, man, it's great, the good old land of drinking. Some folks drink them light beers, 'cause they can drink a lot. Them hipsters have them craft brews. Us old folks sip on shots. But we got one thing in common. There'll be glassware clinking every night beneath them lights in the good old land of drinking. From Chi-Town down to Carbondale, Quincy to Champaign, they fall for that alcohol. Do I need to explain? Manifested destiny, ain't no call for thinking. In my home state, it's great, the good old land of drinking. You know that ethanol ain't only what they put in your gas. It's the secret to survival when the world just kicks your ass. Soybeans and skyscrapers, one thing can link them. Honest, able partying. Oh, I gotta hear that again. Honest, able partying in the good old land of drinking. From Chi-Town down to Carbondale, Quincy to Champaign, they all fall for the alcohol. Do I need to explain? Manifested destiny, ain't no call for thinking. In my home state, it's fate, it's great, it's 1,000 miles up the interstate to that good old, good old, good old, good old land of drinking. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that was, you know, I've noticed for years that my home state has a typo on their license plates. But so far, all my pleas to the Secretary of State's office have fallen on deaf ears. Hey, everybody. Hiya, DJ. Hello, there's Southern Village, which that means Danny, I'm sure. Wow, it's cool to have people on. Hey, Jeff Thielander, Kevin Gosder, Bill Moore, Larry Duckworth. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm gonna have fun with this. Actually, last night Eileen and I got to play in front of live human beings. What a concept, that was so cool. All right. I'm going to continue with a little political satire for you. In the 1850s, there was a political party that was called the Know Nothing Party. Didn't last long. Their deal was that all the problems in the United States of America caused by immigrants with weird religions. Seems to me they're back. This is satire. Think of this as kind of an Onion article of a song. Don't take it literally. There are those whose religion is off but a smidgen, tearing up our purity. So if you can't stand them, join with us and ban them. Make this country great again for you and me. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, just like we were in 1856. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, and there's no problem that we can't fix. Back then we had the vermin, the Irish and the Germans, papal laws we could not abide. And now we got them Muslims with all their customs. Tell me, do you want them by your side? We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, just like we were in 1856. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, and there's no problem that we can't fix. Though we haven't had much school, we surely are no fools, and we know just how we're getting screwed. So don't come to us with facts or tell us how to act, 'cause learning is not what we know how to do. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, just like we were in 1856. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, and there's no problem that we can't fix. So if you really want to know, we don't want to know if knowing nothing puts us on our path. So give us a strong leader, not your wimpy lefty bleeder, if you don't want to feel our holy wrath. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, just like we were in 1856. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings. There's no problem that we can't fix. Yeah, we're the know-nothings, the know-nothings, just like we were in 1856. We're the know-nothings, the know-nothings. There's no problem that we can't fix. All right. Satire, I hope you get it. Hey there, thanks from over on the other side of the house. All right, I'm gonna do a little song for Bob Johnson now. Bob and Kirk Ridge, Kim Lane, and folks like that do a really cool community radio station on WHUP Whoop radio in Hillsboro. In fact, I'm gonna be doing Bob's show next Friday the 11th at 7 o'clock, right after 6 o'clock by Jeff Wall, the big dumb hick himself. And so anyway, so Bob posted to Facebook a great song prompt in the year 2019. He just posted a very simple phrase: "Where did the bourbon go?" Wow, what a great idea for a song there, Bob. Just this morning I was looking at the winter, trying to forget and trying to remember what transpired and what went wrong. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, and bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone. Just yesterday it was a full bottle. I didn't think I was going full throttle, but the fifth is empty on my front lawn. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why bourbon is gone. Though my head is hurting and I can't move, that don't mean I drank the 80 proof. When it comes to virtue, I'm a paragon. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone. We call this the product placement verse. I'm up Knob Creek, I'm all disgraced. That liquor disappeared without a buffalo trace. Did they make their mark at the break of dawn? St. Patrick's Day, could it be a leprechaun? Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone. Well, the angels run off with more than their share. And I know they done took it, but I don't know where. The pearly gates or the Pentagon. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone, gone, the bourbon is gone. Somebody tell me why that bourbon is gone. All right, that's for you, Bob. All right, now. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's play two, Arnie. All right, if it's okay, I'm going to switch the keyboard over to the Wurlitzer electric piano sound with the tremolo. What for? They've been asking. Can it be everlasting after all these years? What for in weather we'll stay together? Well, there's nothing to fear. What for? Well, if you must. 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, 4 seconds without you. Would they ask why the birds fly, why them stars at night, why those oceans roar? Don't they know it's the way it is? No need to ask what for. But if you do, I'll give you a what for, all right? 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, 4 seconds without you. And I guess for some folks, the sun comes up just to cast the shadow of their doubts. But I'll tell you today, we got it made in their shade. We can work it out. 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds without you. All right. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. All right. Let's turn that tremolo off. You know, everybody's got a favorite bar. If they happen to be a kind of a person who drinks alcoholic beverages or likes hanging around with people or seeing fine music. If you live in our area, that happens to be the Kraken. And there's been a lot of magic happen in that room. And one of the things that is cool about the Kraken is that on Jonathan Bird's shows on Wednesday night, Phil White came in and he brought up this sign and he put it on top so you can see it for everybody playing at the Kraken. There's a sign that says, "This is paradise." So I wrote a little song having to do with that sign. Leave your worries back at home. You don't have to be all alone. It might be a dump, it might be a dive, but we all know this is paradise. Paradise, paradise. Must have been good in another life to feel this good on a Wednesday night. Don't you think this is paradise? All fit in, all get along, all walks of life, all night long. I never have seen one single fight, 'cause that don't happen in paradise. Paradise, paradise, sing along. Must have been good in another life to feel this good on a Wednesday night. Don't you think this is paradise? Everyone is looking for a sign to give them peace of mind. Up there's a sign for sore eyes, a sign that says this is paradise. Paradise, paradise. Must have been good in another life to feel this good there, Glenn Jones. How you doing, buddy? All right, gonna reach back for a musical instrument now. All right, here we go. So, boy, did I have fun last night. Eileen and I played outside for some socially distanced, masked folks for a small gathering in a out of back deck in a studio. Oh my gosh, was it fun. All Celtic music. I got to play my silly Celtic song, so maybe I'll do it again tonight. I took a songwriting class from a Scottish singer named Jim Malcolm. If you've never heard of Jim Malcolm, please check him out on YouTube. And a band called the Old Blind Dogs, which he was the lead singer for years. Scottish folk perfection. Anyway, I took this class from Jim, and his challenge was find an existing melody and write words to it. So I thought, well, what better melody in the whole wide universe than an Irish jig entitled, I Buried My Wife and Danced on Her Grave. Well, one time I was talking with my friend Fred Lale and said, man, that's kind of a violent and misogynistic title, if you will. And there ought to really be a counter Irish jig called I Bludgeoned My Husband with a TV after the Super Bowl. But Fred said, no, it should be I Buried My Husband and Danced on His Remote. I said, wow, that's pretty good. So at any rate, that conversation was in the back of my mind when I took Jim's class, and here we go with the tune. I'll start with the tune, and then I'll do the song. My man is watching his game on the big TV, cursing and driving the rest of the family crazy while losing what's left of his dignity. If it was ever worth saving. Idledum daddy who didn't do diddly, daft daddy didn't he totally idle all day. He is so dumb that if he would die, we'd dance on his clicker and throw it away. ESPN is blaring out constantly. He's yelling out with the curses demonstrably. If his team loses, he's ever the monster. He's throwing and cursing and raving. Idledum daddy who didn't do diddly, daft daddy didn't he totally idle all day. He is so dumb that if he would die, we'd dance on his clicker and throw it away. His heart gave way while watching the Super Bowl. He died while clutching his precious remote control. All we could think as we look on his shabby soul, 'tis time to start celebrating. Idledum daddy who didn't do diddly, daft daddy didn't he totally idle all day. Sing right along. He is so dumb that if he would die, we'd dance on his clicker and throw it away. We danced a jig as they laid him in the ground, never so big as the grins you could see around. As for the clicker, you knew where it was going to be bound. His grave 'tis decorating. Idledum daddy who didn't do diddly, daft daddy didn't he totally idle all day. He is so dumb that if he would die, we'd dance on his clicker and throw it away. All right, I buried my husband and danced on his remote, and bury my wife and passed in a grave. A concept, if there ever was one. All right. Hello out there. Hello out there. Barry Gray, hello. It's really great to see folks join live. All right, I'm going to have a little more fun. I have this book that's called Roadside America. I bought it at a place called A Clean, Well-Lighted Place for Books in San Francisco when I worked there in the 80s. And Roadside America considers like south of the border and the Cypress Knee Museum and Wall Drug to be the great wonders of the United States. And I came upon a page in that book that blew me away. It's about two towns, Darwin, Minnesota, and Cocker City, C-A-W-K-E-R, Cocker City, Kansas. These two towns are famous, in Roadside America at least, by the fact that they have very large balls of twine therein. So my story begins about 1953. And how he got started. Well, search me. He got it in his head. That's what we're told. And soon Francis Johnson of Darwin, Minnesota was on a roll. And why, oh why would you spend your time rolling away on a ball of twine? Well, why can't none of you all see it might be meaningless, but it's me. Can you imagine how much work to do to get from 2'8" to 8'2"? Hour after hour and day after day. For 25 years he was rolling away. And why, oh why would you spend your time rolling away in your ball of twine? Well, why can't none of you all see it might be meaningless, but it's me. Well, he did it by himself, clear to the end. And it weighed 9 tons and stretched 11'10". And now it sits in a gazebo uptown, a monument to what you can't put down. And why, oh, why would you spend your time rolling away on your ball of twine? Well, why can't none of you all see might be meaningless, but it's me. Well, that seems kind of like it, but didn't I say at the beginning there was something to do with a town in Kansas? And oh yeah, a man in Kansas heard about his quest and set about to make his own spheroid the best. But tragedy struck in 1974 when that Kansas man died. He was 1 foot short. But raise your glass, I'll drink to the guy who rolled the world's second biggest bow of twine. Why, oh why would you spend your time? All right, thanks out there. We're having us a big time over here. So it's isn't it the year we're living in? And somewhere around, I don't know, 2010, 2012, when I worked at EPA, started seeing air quality predictions to the year 2020, and I was trying to urge my fellow workers who were doing these fancy air quality predictions to future years like 2020 to, on their PowerPoint presentations, just refer to it as Mad Dog. Don't even say 2020, just say Mad Dog. And like most of my recommendations, they fell on deaf ears. But then we finally got there. It seemed like such a future year at that time, but January 1st of this year, I'm thinking, wow, how cool. I really did make it to Mad Dog 2020. Soon thereafter, talked to Doug Prescott Band into playing this song, and then all hell broke loose. And it wasn't all sweetness and light like the song started out to be. But, well, we're still trying to figure out what to do with that third verse, but we'll do it anyway. So your part is 2020. Or you can go 2020. 2020. You know. I got muscles that ache and a creaky sore back. I got pills that keep me from a heart attack. I walk all day 'cause I can't run. Ain't gotta be careful having too much fun. Yeah, I'm a broken gear with some worn out cogs, but at least sitcom chord coming up. Sitcom chord. I made it to Mad Dog 2020. 2020, I'll buy you a beer. 2020, my oh my. 2020, how time does fly. Well, I'm old as hell. It's been a slog, but at least I made it to Mad Dog 2020. 2020. I'm connected online to all my friends, keeping up with all the crap they said. Our words are growing hot and we've grown cold. every bit of the goods were sold. Well, maybe someday we'll fix the dialogue, but at least we made it to Mad Dog 2020. Yeah, it's here. 2020, let me buy you a beer. 2020, my oh my. 2020, how the time does fly. I'm old as hell, it's been a slog, but at least I made it to Mad Dog 2020. Do-wah, 2020. Well, it ain't this year been a hell of a note. It even messed up the song I wrote. I thought everything was gonna be happy and fun. Now this COVID-19 has us on the run. Well, you know that I ain't hit the bottom. Shameless and pandering rhyme coming up. 'Cause you know I get to do a show for Danny Gotham. And I know next year we'll be high on the hog. If we make it through Mad Dog 2020, yeah, it's here. Yeah, I'll buy you a beer. 2020, my oh my. 2020, how time does not fly. Well, I'm old as hell, it's been a slog, but at least I made it to Mad Dog 2020. Do-wah, 2020. Do-wah, 2020. All right, the times we live in are mighty strange. Hey there, Barry. Thank you, thank you. All right now. I guess I'm gonna do one cover in this set if I got time. Kind of looks like I do. One of my favorite songs. Seems to be appropriate for any political season. If you're singing along out there, remember there's an all-important syllable D. Because you and me, la-da-dee rhymes with you and me. Otherwise it would be la-da-da is ma and me. That would be totally wrong. Oh, the games people play now, every night and every day now. Never meaning what they say now, never saying what they mean. And they while away their hours in their ivory towers, till they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. La-da-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-dee. Talking about you and me and the games people play. And we make one another cry, break our heart and we say goodbye, cross our heart and we hope to die that the other was to blame, but neither one of us will give in. So we're staring at it 8 by 10, wondering what might have been. It's a dirty rotten shame. La-da-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-dee. Talking about you and me and the games people play, and the preachers coming to you, singing glory hallelujah. Yeah, he's gonna suck it to you in the name of the Lord. He's gonna teach you how to meditate, read your horoscope and cheat your fate. Furthermore, to hell with hate, climb on board. La da 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 da, la da 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 dee. Talking about you and me and the games people play. Take a look, tell me what you see. What's happening to you and me? Grant me some serenity to remember who I am, 'cause you're gonna lose your sanity. It's all your pride and your vanity. Turn your back on humanity, and you don't give a damn. Da, 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 la, da, 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 la, da, 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 dee. Talking about you and me and the games people play. La da 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 da, la da 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 dee. Talking about you and me, the games people play. I love that song. Joe South wrote that song. Always makes me wonder if Joe South and Oliver North, Jerry West and Clint Eastwood sat down to dinner, what direction would that conversation take? Just a thought. All right, I know many of you are wondering. Many of you are out there wondering what this bicycle horn is doing on my mic stand. You know, and I was fooling around because I was thinking I had to use it for the song. I'm going to go with the transposomatic, because it turns out it's kind of a B minor horn. All right, because the song, which actually got the most views I've ever gotten out of anything, something like at the very beginning of the COVID-19 thing, we were instructed to try to social distance, and some people were kind of doubtful about it, so I wanted to do a little public service, very understated kind of thing, to plead with people to do the right thing. But it turns out the song has kind of a lot of cuss words in it, and so I know Southern Village being a very family atmosphere, you wouldn't want to say a cuss word. I mean, you'd have to stop saying stuff like that. I mean, you wouldn't want to cuss. So I'm gonna use this B minor bicycle horn to substitute for those cuss words. Isolated, we will stand. United, we will fall. So keep your distance and your eye on the ball. Use your daggum head. Go and play it smart. We're in this together, so stay the apart. We're in this together. We can make it better if we take it to heart and stay the apart. It ain't always easy to put your life on hold. So look into that mirror and look into your soul. Them doctors, them nurses can't do their part unless we're in it together and stay the apart. This ain't just academic, it's one big pandemic. The only true safeguard is to stay the apart. So do what we gotta we can flatten that curve. I know that we'll get there if our inner sloth is served. That sofa is waiting. Could it be that hard? If we're in it together and stay the apart, stay the apart, stay the apart. An understated public service announcement for our times. Hey there, Ted Palmer. Nice to see you. What'd the Mets do today? All right. So, I got one more for you. And Danny Gothams, thanks so much for letting me do this. I really appreciate it. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope some folks can check out the replay later. Not that I'll be pandering and sharing or anything. And remember that an angel gets like a nutty cuckoo super big pair of wings every time you hit that share button. So if you hit the share button, that means a lot of good things happen. So anyway, I'm going to do one more song. And you know, this one, we kind of need each other, especially those closest to us. And I'll leave you with this one because I know we'll get there. With the banks overflowing on a river of rage, newspaper anger on every page, and none of the grown-ups are acting their age. What would I do without you? What would I do? What would I do? What would I do without you? When I go through the motions, unsatisfied, and my job is stealing my last shred of pride, and all of the passion is trying to die. What would I do without you? What would I do? What would I do? What would I do without you? When there's no reason for reason, just exploited fears, and they only tell you what you want to hear, and that old echo chamber is echoing near. What would I do without you? What would I do? What would I do? What would I do without you? with the sun going down and my day almost through, and the paint store don't carry more shades of blue. Thank God for kindness I can turn to. What would I do without you? What would I do? What would I do? What would I do without you? What would I do without you? Thanks, Danny. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Take care of yourselves out there. We'll get through this.